Hi guys. Okay, you may have seen a couple of previous videos where I've used some film strips or negatives. If you didn't see those, I'll put the links in the comments box below. Now, a few people commented that they didn't have film strips or negatives. And I thought I would show you a really super quick and easy way to make your own. Now, I did recently see a video by Christy over at Crafted by Christy. It was a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I'll put the link to her channel down below. You may have to just scroll back a little and find it. Now, she saw my video using these, I think, when I made the clusters, and she didn't have any, so she made her own negatives. And in her video, she did ask if anyone knew another way that they could make faux negatives. Now, I thought I would quickly show you Christy and a few other people. Just an idea that I've had for a while, but I haven't been able to do it because I could not for the life of me find one in my house. Now, these are old x-rays. Now, if you're in Australia, you'll probably find most of the clinics that do x-rays, they don't give you the old film like they used to. A lot of them, it's digital now, and they send the films straight to your doctor's office digitally, and there's a little portal that you can log in and view them yourself if you want. So these films, we don't get them anymore. Well, none of the ones that I've been to recently give them to you. So now I was thinking these are kind of the same. They're a little bit thicker, but that's okay. They're only for junk journals or card making or whatever. Why not use these? Now, I had, I'm not kidding, so many x-rays laying around the house from over the years. You know, they're one of those stupid things that you never throw out. You keep them like you're going to need them. But when I went to find them, do you think I could find one set? No, of course not. So I had to get these off a family member. And after I saw your video, Christy, I thought, okay, I better get my bum into gear and make them, because you did ask if there was any other ideas using them, and I thought, well, I have an idea, I just haven't done it yet. So, of course, my easy super way is, if you have a die cut, that would be the easiest. So, if you have a Sizzix machine and you have a metal die cut for a film strip or negative, you could just die cut these films. Now, sure, you're not going to get those little, you know, dividers for the frames, but who cares? I think a lot of the die cuts, I'll look one up on Temu or one of those crafty sites that you all use. I don't have any die cuts. I do have a Sizzix now. I got one for a birthday present a couple of years ago, but I haven't bought any dies yet, but maybe this is something I could buy. Not that I need it, because I have 1,000 negatives anyway. But I think a lot of the die cuts that I've seen people use, it actually punches out that square there anyway. So I don't think it really matters. No, it doesn't do. Yeah, so the easiest way I can think of to make these, without having to use acetate and then alcohol ink to dye it or anything like that, it's just to use x-rays. Why not? Especially if you're just going to use them in a way like I do. I would cut these into smaller pieces and use them in clusters and stuff like that. I don't really use a whole strip like this, but most of the time people are putting stuff on top of them. You know, these are layered with a little piece hanging out anyway. So that's the first way. The first way, super easy, die cut. I'll insert a picture here if I can find one. die cut an x-ray. Super easy. Okay, the other way is if you don't have a Sizzix machine or a die, you can kind of make your own. Now, let me just show you. Okay, I'm going to use my guillotine because it's on my desk. I've been making some notebooks, so it's here. I'm going to use it. Now, these x-rays have a blue frame around it. So, this one I already cut. This one was actually a huge, huge sheet. I just cut it into 2 or 3 pieces to make it manageable. This is a smaller x-ray, so I don't know how these go on the paper trimmer. I have not tried it. Just because I use the guillotine. Am I even on camera? Yes, okay. Yeah, I use the guillotine just because it was on my desk and it works, so it cuts the film really easy. Now I'm just going to trim this blue frame off. I don't know why I can't cut anything square, even on a paper trimmer or guillotine. Okay, if you're wondering, this is a pelvis, a hip bone. I think looks like it. I don't have the x-ray report there. Anyway, so first idea, yep, just die cut this. So easy. Quick, easy. Second idea, little bit more work, but still easy. Okay, I'm going to move you over to another desk. Okay, now excuse the angle. It's very hard to film because this is right on the edge of my desk. Now, this is just one of those metal binding machines. I've been making little notebooks for my grandkids and their little friends at school. Now, because you'll see that when you punch these, it gives you little squares. So, all I'm going to do is put my film in. Okay, this determines how far up I punch. Okay, so anywhere it's out, it won't punch. And you'll see that I get all those little square holes. Sorry about the glare. Okay, then I will take this back to the guillotine and cut it however wide I want. Now these holes are a lot bigger than the negatives. So I've cut my strips a lot wider than the real negatives. Now, once you cut that, you'll end up with a little strip because now you want to punch the other side. It's too hard to put that little strip under, so I've just put it on a bit of scrap food packaging cardboard with a little bit of washi tape on the other side. Sorry, this is one I had prepared earlier, so I don't have to keep moving back and forwards to my desk. And then I'm just going to pop that in and punch the other side. And then you end up with your little fake film negative strip. So I cut a few. Now this is the one that I just did with you at the binding machine. Now this one, you'll notice the little holes don't line up across from each other. That's because when I put it down on the cardboard and I punched one side, and then when I put it down on the cardboard to do the other side, I should have just flipped it like that so that I keep the same side lined up on the left. I must have gone like that. But that's okay. I will still use that. These are some I did that have lined up because I flipped it like that instead of like that. And I know they're probably very shiny on camera. Now, as you can see, because my little punch holes are so big, I've made my negative strips a lot bigger. And depending how big, I'll usually use these in clusters or layers with stuff on top. So, you know, I would normally snip little bits off, but, you know, if you want to snip them to negative size, this is a real one, just to give you an indication, the size difference. So I've probably got 0.5 centimetre bigger or something. But anyway, you can always snip these to size if you want. I think they look a little bit more like negatives once you've snipped them down. Okay, I'm not measuring. I can't be bothered. You know, I'm a lazy crafter. Somewhere there. Okay, so depending on what you've got, if you've got alcohol inks, I've only got 2 that were given to me. I don't use them much. I should. If you've got alcohol inks, you can do them on acetate. If you've got a laminator, you can use that. Head over to Christy, Crafted by Christy. Link is down below, and you can make them like hers. Hers look way more authentic than this because she's kind of got the frames. But if you're just going to layer them in stuff and you're lazy like me, these will do. If you've got a little tiny square punch, I suppose you could, you know, punch along the sides if you can be bothered. I'd expect you'd have to make a little template on paper with dots lined up where to punch. But anyway, I think that's a cute alternative. Oh, I did try one more thing. I do have some microfiche. If you're old like me, you'll remember these. I worked at Westpac many, many years ago, and that's a bank here in Australia. And oh boy, did I hate these things. Now I just love them because, you know, you can't find them anymore. Oh, if you do want some of these, Raelie over at Anytime Journals has them in her Etsy. But anyway, I did cut one of those down, and this is how they turned out. So while the X-ray is one big block, you can see lighter bits where the bone is in the X-ray. But I suppose if you want the little frames, depending on what microfiche you've got. This one, I was lucky that it's actually got little frames in it. But some of them that I've got have teeny tiny little squares, and some are just completely bluish purple. So, but anyway, you could try that as well. But anyway, that's another idea. So a couple of different ideas depending on what you've got. And if you don't want to make them yourself, yeah, just go dig out your old negatives. We've all got them hiding away. We just don't want to use them. Okay, anyway, just another idea. I don't think they look that real like negatives, but I think snip down a little with some layering, I think you could get away with it. But if you want some that look kind of real, head over to Christy's channel, because hers turned out great. She also did one that was kind of reddish, where she put some little Santa pictures in it. But yeah, I think these ones using the X-rays definitely will turn out better if you have a die cut, like I said previously. Anyway, just another idea to use up some more crap from your house. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.